Hello, everybody, and welcome to your podcast, Mind the Time. My name is Fintan Harvey, and joined, as always, by Brendan Mahan.
What's the crack, everybody?
How is the form, Randy, sir?
All's well. Glad to be here. Glad to be back in the hot seat.
We were missing.
I was missing a wee episode there.
The last time we had a guest.
The last couple missing. We've done, we had no guests, so I've been sitting over there where our guest is, and I on my own. So I'm back over with my mucker Sean now. Happy days.
And there he is, Shawnee Kerry. What's the crack, Sean?
What's the crack? How is everyone?
Everyone is good, I'm sure.
Happy days. Good to hear.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
And of course, we have our very special guest here, comedian extraordinaire. We have the one and only Mr. Eamon McElwee.
Woo! Eamon.
How is the form, sir?
You're too kind.
Not at all, not at all.
The form's good, man. The form's good.
Form's good.
Delighted to be here, man.
Happy days. And you're heading over to Chicken Box after this to work on some material and
doing chicken box. I think we'll be there for like 8:30 or 9.
Aye.
So if you're about Derry and you're doing nothing, get down to Chicken Box. It's free.
Chicken Box is the business, like. Yeah, we actually had Rory McSwiggan on lately. Who run
Darling,
absolute
one of the nicest guys in comedy, like.
Yeah, we love Rory. Yeah,
we do indeed.
So, Eamon, you have chosen the year 2012.
I have.
I
said that like I was on trial.
Again. So, 2012. What was the crack with 2012? Where were you for a start?
2012. I'm always in a fucking strange place, man. You know that.
Yeah.
But I looked through the list of years I'd been taken because I originally wanted to do 1996. And that was taken, and then I looked at the years remaining, and 2 good things happened to me in 2012, and only 1 good thing happened to me any other year.
Oh yeah, so that was the winner then.
No brainer.
No brainer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So will we get to the good things that happened?
I if you want.
Yeah.
I've had full sex with a real woman.
Starting off hot, hey? Starting off hot and heavy.
What's sex?
Unbelievable. It's mental, like.
So that was 2012?
That was 2012. My daughter was born as a subsequent of that. And it was probably the single most beautiful moment of my life. Like, honestly, like, I've never felt like just love.
Wow, man.
Like it just incredible. So that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So Brenda, you're a parent as well. I'm sure you can.
100%. 100%.
What month was your daughter born?
She was born in March.
Cool.
Born in March. And I went in for the delivery and all that. It's a lovely thing to do. I'm not really sure it's any place for a man.
Right. So you were sort of like pushed aside, and it's like, this is not about you.
You kind of go on, and everybody's sort of doing something, and you kind of feel just like an accessory, and you're meant to be what moral support? Look at me. If you were trying to push a watermelon through a fucking peanut and you looked in the corner and thought I was responsible, I'm not going to be any moral support.
You could have brought in teas and coffees.
I should have.
Biscuits.
I would have felt useful.
Imagine even just coming in during the delivery of the weigh-in. Push. Anybody want a wee cup of tea? Milk, sugar?
Go on.
Villa 1-2-0, love.
Oh, class, man. And whereabouts were you living in 2012?
I was in Strabane, living in Strabane, but I did a really incredible thing in the summer, and that's probably the second good thing that happened to me that year was we've got the European Championship coming up in the football, and in 2012 it was held in Poland and Ukraine, and I was a UEFA volunteer for the whole month out in Warsaw.
Wow. Wow.
Just an incredible experience, and I became the first Irishman to ever score a goal in the National Stadium in Warsaw.
Yes, lad. Wow. Doing it for the Irish boy.
Robbie Keane, eat your heart out.
Exactly, because everybody thinks it's Robbie Keane, but it's not, it's me.
No,
yeah, fuck Robbie Keane. What was your celebration?
I can't even remember. I don't really have like a particular style or celebration. No style is a style in and of itself.
Yeah. Exactly. Who was it just to? Was it John Fashanu who gone back a while? John Fashanu, who was just a finger up in the air. No, it wasn't. It was his brother. Shearer was just a finger up there too. Yeah.
Well, Justin Fashanu was my finger up your hole. Was he not?
I don't know if that was a celebration. So what was the crack with being a UEFA volunteer? What does that entail?
I'll tell you what it was. I was doing a foundation degree along with working. It's something to keep me kind of mind active and in travel and hospitality. And we had to do a placement and I knew the Euros was coming up, and my wife's from Poland, and so I applied, went across for interview or whatever. I spoke a wee bit in broken Polish. They kind of, they're like, you speak a bit of Polish, and I went fucking.
Where is the cinema?
But kind of got them on side, and then I got selected, and then it was brilliant, man. Just the whole summer went out, and I played the game the day after the semi-final. The day of the semi-final, Germany-Italy, we were like literally pitch side, 15 yards away from
amazing
behind Norris net for the second half. Incredible.
And what, were you basically security kind of, or just
ticketing? I was doing tickets.
Right.
I was doing tickets. I had a VIP section, and in the first game, no, it wasn't the first game. The first game was Greece, but Poland were playing Russia. Big heated match.
Big heated game.
Big heated match.
No love lost there.
There was a load of violence and stuff, and but there was a celebrity. I didn't fucking know her. Do you know what I mean? But she came up, and I in my limited Polish, I looked at her ticket, and you had to have a gold ticket, and hers was fucking silver. And I looked, I was like,
not tonight, love.
Need jobs, yeah. No good. UEFA povedz prosto i level. UEFA says you got to go forward and left for your exit, for your entrance. And she kind of looked me up and down like I'm a scumbag. She wouldn't have been far after that. She turns to me and she gives me that immortal line that do you not know who I am?
Oh.
Is she like a Polish pop star?
She's a Polish fashion designer.
Right.
I just looked at her.
Yeah, because you were going to know
fucking clue, love. I said, but UEFA povedz prosto i level. I only realised who she was then when I got home. We turned on the TV and there was they were doing interviews on Polish TV from the celebrity tents, and your woman came on a TV, and I turned to my brother-in-law. I was like, who the fuck's that? And he was like, that's Eva Minga. She's like a top fashion designer. I was like, I fucking chased her today.
I borrowed her from the Warsaw Stadium.
I thought you were going to say you seen the footage. Are you going?
Out they fall.
Most hated man in Poland now.
I love that Eva's probably on a podcast going somewhere talking about the Euros now. The Euros are coming up, going some fucking Irish prick.
Undoubtedly.
What was the crack with the match? Who he was playing? What was it was like?
It was all the volunteers who were sort of still there, or whatever, on the day after the semi-final, and UEFA were hosting a big party, so it was free booze the whole night, free food the whole night.
Nice.
A couple of sort of VIPs like Christian Carambou and people like that sort of milling about and just a piss up basically.
You were just soaking it up,
and it was beautiful, man, because it was like you're just meeting people from all over, like Italy, Colombia, Peru, Mexico, every country in Europe kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it was just mostly younger people, but some people around my age group too. And it was just the experience. And because I was kind of my wife's Polish, and I kind of could see what it was going to do for that country.
Yeah.
And I was telling, some of her family were a wee bit sceptical, and they were like, the Euros, we could spend the money on something else. I was like, this is going to fucking open Poland to the whole of Europe again.
The amount of money it pumps into the country too, just from people coming there to see it.
I was like, people are going to see Poland in a different way, and you'll show up well, because you're co-hosting with Ukraine, you're going to be better than that. Do you know what I mean?
And they had you there.
And they had me.
Yeah.
And they had me.
Nice, man. So what was the final score in the match?
In the Germany match, Balotelli scored. Italy won.
Italy won.
Oh, but in our match?
And your watch, but in our match.
Our match 2-1. I scored the one penalty.
You scored the one on penalty, nice.
Balotelli who?
Who the fuck is Balotelli? Happy days. Man, that sounds amazing. That sounds like some experience.
It'd be something like I know the Euros are happening now. They're going to be happening in the UK.
Of course.
And Scotland and Ireland. After that, I would encourage anybody for just the experience of meeting new people and doing something different for a month and being part of a really major event. It'd just be an incredible thing to do.
Wow, man, yeah. That sounds like something I would be up for. Yeah. Trying to get on now the UEFA squad.
Cool.
Because I'm not getting a call up from Ireland or anything. So
see, I'm kind of like there too. And it's like the call up's not happening. Get yourself.
Might send me CV to John O'Shea just in case.
Send your CV to the FAI. Maybe you're allowed to manage a job.
Cracker at 5 aside. Scored a rocket. Christmas 2016.
Top buttons.
That's very specific.
What were you guys at in 2012? If any,
2012, I was about 21. 22.
Living your best life, Brendan.
No, say, honestly, God, I couldn't even tell you what I'd done last week. 2021, I come back from uni. It was just in that wee period. Do you know what I think I was doing, actually? It was the wee period between uni and starting to work in Duns where we met. I think it was the year I did a film course in the Nerve Centre.
Nice.
Pretty sure that's what year that was. It was good. It was like learning how to like make film, and obviously you had to do like it was really fucking intensive when you look back on it. You know, I thought it was just it's a bit of crack, but it was like Monday to Friday. You know, like working like 9 to 5 basically up in the Nerve Centre, run by a fella called Bobby Gordon, I think the fella was, and another guy. Guy called Mervyn, who worked up in the. Don't know if he's ever come across him before. He's passed away now. He was an absolute legend.
I've definitely heard the name.
Mervyn Ramage, I think his name was. He was fucking great. But the two of them ran this course, and it was basically just showing you everything from like editing. They like arranging a shoot. They like we got local bands. They come in. They basically sent out an ad for like any local bands who wanted a music video made. They come in, and we would each be assigned a band, and they would basically pitch their stuff to us, and then we would like sort of choose which act we wanted to work with, and then we'd have to make them a music video.
Cool. That sounds amazing.
It was fucking hard work. It was I was like emailing like actors and all, and trying to like set up things for like this thing, and then actor didn't show up on the day of shoot, and you had to do something else. No, it was fucking very stressful for something that was. It didn't really. It was just a class, you know what I mean? But no, it was cool.
For something you thought you'd want to go and watch a few movies and like a wee few notes.
Do you know what I mean?
Like that movie.
It was class. It was really cool.
Nice.
I think that's what I was at that year.
Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful.
What about you, Shawnee boy?
If my calculations are correct,
go for it.
While patiently waiting for the world to end.
That's right. That was the. What did you call them again?
The end that year too?
Mayans.
The Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come to an end.
Do you know what I think I was oblivious to that. To be honest. I think it was the year I went and lived in Sicily.
Ooh.
I think it was. I'm almost sure. Yeah.
Nice.
So
makes my thing seem pretty shitty now, but
no, man, there's a lot happening in 2012.
That's it.
And do you know what? We loved, it was my friend Anthony and we did live behind Etna, the volcano, active volcano. So the world possibly could end it. Yeah. That thing had a blue like. But yeah, we went there, and I think it was that kind of thing where we had done uni and we had worked 95s after uni for a couple of years, and we were like, we never got that year to like a gap year usually took off. Well, we didn't do that, so we were like, this is our sort of gap year, just a bit lit. So we saved a lot of money. We went to Sicily.
Sicily looks like a fucking amazing place.
It was gorgeous.
Did you just stay there, or did you travel about? Or
no, well, his parents had an apartment there, so that helped. So we didn't have to pay for accommodation. And the plan was like we were learning the language and all, and we were very badly, and we were planning to get jobs and stick around for as long as possible. But we went at the time of the year, it was August. And we were there about a month, and we were enjoying ourselves first, know what I mean? Going to the beach, drinking wine, eating pizza, and everything just fucking closed down then in September.
One of them very seasonal places, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, there was nothing about. We should have done our research. We couldn't even find a nightclub or anything.
It's like Bundoran.
So
Italian Bundoran.
We couldn't even find anybody.
I guess the first time I've heard Sicily.
No, it's a commonly known
Is
thing.
that how they market?
The Italians say this is like a Bundoran.
They're actually twin towns.
That's it. They're twin to each other. That's it.
That's where they
Easily
get the name.
mistaken for one another.
So
That's it.
I'm serious. You couldn't even. There was nobody even about. It was mental. We were just like, what the hell's going on? Was there an apocalypse or something? We're just stuck here.
What have we said?
But it was still amazing. Like every day we just went out on bikes and drank wine and did art and went to the beach.
Beautiful.
Seriously.
Very little to complain about there. To be fair.
I'll never get it's one of those things when I think of, I go, I'll probably never get to do that again. Like taking 5 months off work to go and live in the sun, drink wine, eat pizza, playful.
That sounds like the fucking business. Yeah, be definitely be up for that. I was, where was I in 2012? I started doing stand-up comedy in 2012.
There you go.
Yeah, done my first gig in Anshaw in Dublin.
Right.
I was calling it Anzio.
That's right. You said that before, actually.
Yeah,
Anzio.
didn't go down well.
I'd be the same.
Yeah. Went up and done 5 minutes, and it was all right. You know when you first do stand up, it's like you sort of finding your bearings and stuff. But a couple of wee things landed, and I went, "Oh, I know how I could work to make it better." And then I've been constantly trying to do that since.
Were you nervous?
Oh, wow. Yeah, very nervous. And I had 5 minutes of material, and it felt like 5 hours, man. Now 5 minutes is like...
you just want to keep going, but no.
Doing 5 minutes now, you'd be like...
Because I remember my first gig too, I was nervous as hell. But I had like put so much on it. I kind of always thought I could do it and do it well.
Oh,
I was like, if that hadn't have went well,
and you did.
I'd have been fucking crushed. Like really, like it would have just been like nothing else.
Yeah. Your first one was on Chicken Box too, was it? Yeah, nice.
And it went really, really well. Like
5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Meant to do 5, but I did 9 minutes.
Wouldn't be like Eamon.
Wouldn't be like
talk on the mic.
Time's a man-made construct. I'm a maverick. I don't live by these rules.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
There's no such thing as time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Only decay.
They're playing like the end of ceremony music and all. You're like, oh, I'm not finished.
He was still playing football in Poland 3 days after the match finished. Eamon's still going. So hey, that's fucking class.
So you started comedy in 2012. Did you ever think back then that you would have been supporting 8,000 people on Saturday night?
I most certainly did. No.
Or supporting Mommy Banter in front of 8,000 people, sorry.
Yeah, so that was Saturday Night Past. One of the greatest experiences of my life. Yeah.
Smashed
Amazing.
it.
Smashed it. I don't know what it's like with you guys. We're talking about having a baby, but I'm sure this was up there.
This was one of them moments.
Yeah. I didn't bring any tea or anything. I felt it was quite useful being there. But it was just class, man. 8,500 people. I was saying to you earlier, I had a thing where I had brought an electric razor with me, just give the beard a wee trim, get myself tidied up a wee bit, you know. And then we were in the hotel, and it worked for about 10 seconds and then just fucking stopped.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was like getting at it with a wee pair of scissors. Sarka had a pair of scissors in her bag, and I was getting at it with a pair of scissors, and I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be standing up there and nobody's going to see me. They're going to be too far away. And then halfway through my set, I looked up and I seen me, 2 screens fucking 50 foot high. I was like... Each of the bit of hairs that I was trimming, thinking nobody would notice, was about the size of me. But class, man, just like treated like a rock star from when I got there. The management team and all there were just so cool, and it was like, do you want anything? Do you want a drink? Do you want ice? Do you want this? Do you want that?
Oh, I'd have been milking the shit out of that.
Big bag of Coke.
I want 14,000 purple M&Ms.
Coca-Cola.
Like, they don't do purple M&Ms. We'll make them, find them, fucking create them, and then give them to me.
I'm not going on stage until I get them.
Fenton's not going on until he gets 1,400 purple M&Ms. 14,000 actually. Jesus.
I bet you didn't get offered fucking oat milk like you did downstairs earlier.
No.
See?
I had made a comparison to the people there. They were like, you know, the people who were out showing me about and getting on the stage doing the sound check. They were like, how does it feel like you're going to be playing in front of 8,500 people? And I was like, man, I just can't stop thinking this is like more than 4 times the population of Claudy.
There you go.
You know, and like for me, like Claudy's always been the biggest place in the world.
Claudy Massif.
The Claudy Massif. So that was Saturday night.
Crack.
Amazing. Well done.
Such a cool thing.
First of many, let's hope.
First of many, let's hope is right.
Yep.
And Serena, Terry, Mammy Banter absolutely fucking stormed it. Took the roof off the place.
Class.
And like just as we're talking about doing open mic nights and that, and you know, I done mine first one in 2012. I had a couple of years off from stand up in between and stuff, but you know, as we were saying about always trying to work and improve and workshopping and going to open mic nights, Serena just stepped into it like a fucking hero, man. Like obviously she started putting out the videos during lockdown and just went viral, mega viral around the world, and then she was like, I'm going to do stand up now. And I think her first gig was in the waterfront in front of 2,000 people.
I really had that audience from doing the videos.
Like, had the audience, you know, but they have that confidence to be able to go in and talk to a room and make them laugh. First time doing it.
It's fair play. Amazing.
Phenomenal.
I would absolutely love that, but I love the rawness of just being in front of a small crowd, like a small room kind of. The wee sweatbox rooms are
we've done some fucking mental rooms like. What was the room you guys done in Mullingar, you and Roe?
Oh, Jesus, one of the worst films we've ever done. we went down, like Mulgar's like not handy to get to. It's about 4.5 hours out of the way.
Smack bang in the middle of Ireland, like on that.
We got down and we met the guy who was doing the gig, and he landed over with a big, it must have been about 48 donuts, because that's what you want before you go on fucking stage.
A lot of donuts.
A lot of donuts, like.
You up there stuffed. Oh,
What was his name, Duncan?
Hey.
His name, I can't even mind the cunt's name. But he
Duncan?
He come over and he was like, Duncan then. It's fucking Duncan for now anyway. But he come over and he was all like, do you like the dark stuff? Do you like the dark stuff, lad? I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
The dark stuff.
Do you like the dark stuff?
Guinness?
The dark humour. The
dark humour, right.
Because I fucking love it. Anything fucking goes around here. The only word you can't say, the only fucking word you can't say is the N-word. And I was like, I don't be racist. I'm act. I was like, he's like, no, not knacker. He says, a bar fucking full of them out there.
Even though that's spelled with a K.
Aye.
Wow.
That was our introduction to him. He had a filgy we drank, but he brought us out then, and it was like in a smoking area, effectively.
Aye.
And there was like a wee tiny, like an X that marks the spot. He's like, no, you have to stand here, wireless mic, just like a catalogue of fucking stuff that just...
that you wouldn't have in a comedy club. Like.
so you couldn't even like walk around when you were talking? You had to stand that one spot?
Yeah, you were meant to have to stand in this one spot, and it was like a really tiny fucking... Like, I had to play Twister to get on it. I was just... and the crowd were kind of all over the place, and then there was this guy, and he came out unannounced. Well, the host knew he was going to be on, but nobody else did, or I certainly didn't, and we were stood by, like, we had played that our set, we were stood the back. He forgot our names, forgot where we were from, everything.
Oh my God, he's the MC.
He's the MC. And next minute, so we're stood beside this door, and that's where they keep the stock. Next minute, the door just slams open, and this I can only like some kind of fucking hairy kind of Gremorian guard, if you like Star Wars. Just this hairy, small, fat thing can run out, and I'm sure he had like milk in his hand. I was pouring it around himself, and I got scared. I'll fucking not tell you. Like I said, wild.
He was pouring it around himself.
Sounds like a lactating Ewok.
And the MC, before calling us on too, he did a bit about a local girl who'd been like sexually assaulted. Nothing funny in that.
That's right. Jesus.
But blamed her. And the crowd were just like not going for it at all. No. And then it's like, and please welcome to the stage. Where are you from, lads?
You have to follow that then.
And what's your name again? All right.
Oh man!
I'd have been back. I tell you what, forget about it.
I think I was supposed to do that gig a couple of weeks after you, maybe the following week, and I was like, no. But I can't remember your man's name, but I'm nearly sure he's been struck off. Like he doesn't.
I'm pretty sure he has been.
He doesn't do stand up anymore.
I wonder why.
Hopefully not.
Must
be. He kind of, that was his kind of shtick.
And you know he'll be the type of guy that'll be going fucking snowflakes. You can say, arsehole.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. Aye, man, Jesus, those type of gigs, man, and especially traveling 4.5 hours to get there.
And then it's 4.5 hours on the way back, and on the way back it was one of them. I can only liken it to something I've never had before, but when me and Boyle got in the car, it felt like we'd been like abducted by aliens or something. Neither of us really wanted to talk about what had happened. Something happened.
Dejected, going back to
something happened. We had lost time, and we weren't really feeling good about ourselves, and it was just like, and then we just like sort of. The good thing about the bad gigs, nobody wants to hear if you do a good gig, really, apart from like
that's true.
Gigs,
yeah.
But I could go over to Chicken Box tonight, smash it, and nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. It's the bad gigs everybody wants to hear about. The stinkers, the ones you die in. They're the fun gigs.
It's always that thing that bad times make for good stories.
That's very true.
Well, this is it. Out of both them, because I've had a couple of. I did a gig in Donaman. It wasn't even a bad gig, but I just...
that's the gig again you enrolled on.
I kind of make it sound a lot worse than what it was. But when you do them kind of wee awkward gigs, you get loads of material out of it. Like. Yeah,
because Ro had asked me to do that gig along with you.
Aye. I'll tell you what happened, right?
Yeah, because I'm waiting. I'm like...
sounds like fun. Then let you boys go down and test the water first. They be like, I'm not doing that.
Send the boys on first.
It was Friday afternoon, Friday the 10th November 2023. I got a call from an unknown number at 5:03. if you're au fait with fucking radio station cash giveaways, I thought I was.
Oh, that's right. Make me a winner.
I thought I was going to win 100.
Did you shout 125 bucks?
I went on the phone, make me a winner.
And he did.
And instead of the dulcet fucking silken tones, they had drive time radio presenter. It was the fucking oafish grunt of Ronan Boyle. And he turned around to me, he's like, "Hey boy, do you fancy going to die in a barn down a manor?"
So it was advertised to you as a fucking shit show.
That's the most raw thing.
I thought the cunt had relapsed. I was smoking a joint. I was like, trouble's over, man. Troubles are fucking over. War's finished. War's done. You can imagine my fucking shock. I'd gone from like £125,000 on a full-length month coat. Treat yourself. Well, 121,000 allowing for the coat. I'd gone from that to Boyle having a fucking PTSD fucking Ra episode. And I know exactly what happened. At 5:02, it occurred to Ronan Boyle. He had a barn down. He had a gig in a barn down a manor, and he wanted somebody with a more Catholic fucking name. And enter the fray Eamon McElwee. So we get to the gig, and it was in the Village Inn, and we couldn't have stood out more had we walked in as the village fucking people. Dunamana's tight knit community, and honestly, if we had walked in like a cowboy and a cop, the cop would have been fine in Dunamana actually. Yeah. If we walked in as a cowboy and a red Indian, we couldn't have stood out fucking more. We had the audacity to walk into the Village Inn bar in Dunamana 2 weeks post Halloween, dressed as tags.
Man, I had seen Rose sent me the video when it was you was on stage at the time, and it was just a wall of noise. Like, it was just a noisy packed bar. Was there even a stage, or did you just have in the corner with a microphone?
Just literally in the corner with a microphone with nobody listening to me. And Bob turns to me he's like, "I'll just do one joke and bring you on." I was like, "I know baller, man, fucking cool." Like, he goes on, he's like, "Give me an ooh." Crowd, ooh. Give me an ah. Give me an up there. And the whole of Dunamana fell fucking silent.
Oh, man.
Without even skipping a beat, Boyle's next words were, "Please welcome to the stage, Strabane man." Eamon McElwee.
Lovely.
He couldn't have said. I thought he was going to give me a shot.
Maybe I was just bland.
Honestly, he couldn't have set me up any worse.
No.
Had he turned around and says, much like his hero Jerry Adams, as our first act was never in the Ra. Do you know what I mean?
What was he wearing?
Celtic tops.
I had done a gig in Portavogie once, and I was asked to do it. It was for the local football club. Nice, grand, happy days. You just take gigs wherever, and travel down, and it was Portavogie Rangers, and which was grand. I didn't have any bother doing that, but the whole place was covered in Union Jacks and pictures of the Queen, and all the boys there were drinking cans of Tennent's and tattooed bald heads. You know what I mean? They were proper fucking boys, and I was introduced, and please welcome to the stage, all the way from Derry, boo, Fenton Harvey. Oh my god, man, I was the most uncomfortable I've ever been on stage. They just shouted the whole way through.
Did you know you should have came out and said it's Londonderry actually?
Yeah.
And then you might have gone, yay, and then you're like, they fell for that.
But know what I wonder about these, not the taking, obviously you're going to take, as you say, you'll take whatever gig comes your way, but the likes of that Dunamana place, why do they get you down there if they know it's going to be like that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, me and Boyle couldn't understand. It was a big, it was 25 years in business celebration or whatever. But they had Brian Lindsay and Kieran McColgan booked for fucking music as well. So 4 very obviously Catholic people. And actually, when we got there, it occurred, and Lindsay would be a buddy of Boyle, but Boyle, you know what I mean? He had a background, and it occurred to me when I stood there, I was like, we've not been booked as comedians and fucking musicians. We're the halftime show. Behold the Catholic pinatas.
Lambs to the slaughter.
This mad fucking Protestants bitten us with sticks.
You see, on that, Brendan, people think just we'll book 2 comedians and not knowing that
whatever happens is up to them.
They're comedians, they're getting paid, they should be able to handle no stage, shitty microphone, TVs on in the place, music going, everybody chatting loudly. It's like it's not set up for comedy.
But comedy, people have to want to see the comedy. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
This is a key thing. And when I came off stage, I went into the kind of wee sort of side room that we had, and the landlord, he turned around, and it was one of the most beautiful things, and I know what he was trying to say. He was like, all right, you're one of them comedians you have to listen to. It's beautiful.
As opposed to the comedians you don't have to listen to.
No.
Yeah, they're good. And a side note on that, the Village Inn in Dunamana.
Beautiful place, beautiful people.
That used to be Harvey's bar.
Right?
My dad was born in that bar. That was my granny and granddad's bar for years. And that's why I didn't do it, because I know exactly what it's fucking like.
Right.
I've never been on it. I've never been on it before in my life, like, but I know of it, and I know comedy would not go down well on it.
And it was just like they were obviously there for like a kind of party night, and I've done a few gigs like that there where like it's a like comedy and live music, and people just want to hear the fucking music. Just,
because you can chat over music, like
exactly. Yeah,
and a lot of people on nights like that, as you say, Brendan, if you're not coming out for comedy specifically, you're going out to meet your mates you haven't seen in a while and chat. And then there's some dickhead on the stage with a microphone. Go and keep her fucking down. Like fuck off! I didn't ask you to come here. I didn't pay for it.
But it's almost like it's not fair to the comedian, and it's also in a way not fair to the punters who are always there if they didn't request it. You know, that kind of way.
Exactly.
You know, so but it puts everyone in a bad fucking spot.
You know, and then even on that, like we're I'm sure like we're painting it in a bad light. You know, there's a lot of good people there, and I'm sure you had the crack there too with them afterwards and that. And
because when we got into like once we went in, the owner turned around and he gave us like 3 bottles of this wee kind of sample drink, a wee purple sample drink. I thought it was like some kind of WKD or whatever. I healed the 3 of them under a fucking pint glass, put it in my head, fucking raw gin. So I went from sober to full drunk on the first drink. I hadn't a clue what was going on at that point. Like, but no, they were lovely. Like I have to say, the owner and his family and the staff and even the people in the bar, like you say, some of them weren't there for comedy, and I don't mind that at all.
And you can't blame people, as I say, if you're turning up and meeting mates and stuff, and there's comedy on the corner. But even that gig you were talking about, sorry, in Mullingar, wasn't there a TV?
There was a TV on. There was a TV
over your heads?
Because when Boyle was up, he came down as against 2-1 to Arsenal. He's like, what do you mean? I was like,
was the sound on?
No. The sound was down. But like half them were probably like watching the game anyway, and I was just there was just everything. Like there was 13 things. I sat down, we listed them, and there was like 13 things just wrong with the whole thing.
13 ways to die
13
on
ways
stage.
to die.
13 reasons why.
Yeah,
it was like perfect storm of everything. Just
mental. And what about you guys, like doing music gigs or whatever? Have you ever had similar? You know, I suppose a music gig's different. People can.
Well, I played me and my mate Soupy played in the Guador one night. There was nothing wrong with it, but it was just playing in an empty bar, and the only people, it was like a Wednesday night, and we got offered like it was £100 to go up and play 2 hours of music. I was
nice.
fucking right. But I just played. I was like 6 of my mates came up to watch, and then I was basically the only 6 people in the bar.
So you just treated a wee night with your mates playing music.
But then it actually took the pressure off a lot, because I was we had a kind of limited set, so I just started playing whatever the fuck I wanted. I was playing originals and all. It was grand. But I remember me talking about like nerves going up on stage. I remember my very first gig, first time I got up on stage playing guitar. It was actually in Bennigan's too. It was an open mic night, and we were playing originals and all that there. And I remember I wasn't even like nervous. I was going, it'd be grand. We've played these songs a million times, fucking dead on. And then I like sat down. I was like sitting down on a chair, sat down, and the boy doing the sound like plugged in my thing and got the mic and all, blah blah blah. And I sat there, and we were about to start, and I was just oh Jesus. And I see what happened, right? We started playing, and whatever. I've never experienced this before in my life, and I've never again since. This leg here just started to go like that.
No way, man.
My leg just started shaking, and my guitar was like bouncing, and I was like, I couldn't fucking stop. And my mate Soupy like noticed. He said to me, I was like, your leg was going. I was like, fucking leg was going 90. I didn't know. I couldn't stop it. I was just like, I was trying to like, it must have been.
It just come out.
But I was trying to sort of like get it on the sync with the beat of the song, so people could think I was just getting on it. No, but I was really just Jesus. But nobody noticed. Got away with it. Like.
The worst gig I ever had, and I make it sound like all my gigs are fucking terrible.
Oh no, we've all had stickers and comedy, like.
But the worst gig I ever had was Enniskillen, and I got up 15-minute set. Shane Todd headlining, McCartney on, Connor Keys.
And that's the ones you want to be impressing on,
like. Well, like. I got up, and from the minute I got on stage to the minute I got off, they fucking hated me.
That's mental, man,
Really?
because you all, like, anytime we gig together, or anytime we see you, always kill it, like. But then you just had people who just...
And the same thing happened with me. The leg started shaking. I became very aware of it. So did the couple in the front row, because she turned around to the fella and says, look at his legs shaking away.
Oh, Jesus.
That makes it all worse. And just
And nobody just laughed at anything. I went on, and I've got a wee throwaway opener. And nobody went for it. And I was like, not too bad. I'll get them with the next one. Nothing. And I was like, the Mexican Jesus joke there.
Oh, man, Jesus
And
Christ.
I was like, I'll definitely get them with this. Nothing. And the one or two that wanted to laugh didn't want to reveal themselves.
'cause it was
that's
too quiet. Exactly.
And it just, I just thought, well, I've got to get to that. Like, it's going to be a really fucking.
But you have to push through
I could
it,
handle
like.
it better now, because I was like only a year and a half in.
Yeah.
And you just got to push through. Like, I know I'm there for the next 15 minutes, and they fucking hate me.
Aye. And you just have to keep going. Like.
And I didn't have the good sense to just cut it short.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
I am getting paid for 15 minutes, so I want to do 15
I'm going to
minutes.
have to do 15.
Yeah.
Whereas now I would just be like, right, this
isn't working.
it's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no point lying. This works in every other room.
See, when you had the joke, like as you say, you always start with a strong opener. That's actually your opening joke, starting with a strong opener. Strong line.
You should always start with a really strong line. Fortunately, I had two there in the green room.
So that, and then...
Just to kind of break the ice, so we kind of throw away. Like.
That's it.
Aye. And then, as you say, the next joke, you're like, well, this always works out. This is going to get them in.
Aye.
And then when that one fails, that's when the fucking terror hits. It's like, well, if this isn't working, I know the next couple's definitely not going to work. Like.
Because they just, when Mexican Jesus didn't work, I was like, these people aren't, like, they're not going to get any of what I'm doing.
Were you on first?
Second or third. But it was just...
There's some nights you just don't know why it happened either. Like.
I was kind of finding my way, my character on stage, because, you know, I have a certain kind of character or I act a certain way on stage and whatever, and it just either rubbed them up the wrong way or...
A bad vibe can just kind of spread through the room too.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
man.
Or they knew you
Even nights there you might have a comedy night
or
where
it was just terrible.
They knew
if
you
there's
were
somebody up
take.
in front with like a big crazy laugh and makes other people laugh and it gets the whole fucking room laughing, and before you know it, it's like they transfer that energy on to whoever's performing. Do you know
Big
what I mean?
big time. That's why anytime I have like somebody in the audience who's got a massive big laugh, it's like I want to take you to every gig.
Aye.
Like,
oh, definitely.
You could
That
have
laughter spreads in.
Oh, you could have a cold audience sitting having a fucking shitty day. I can get up and say my name's Fenton Harvey, and that person laughs. The whole place just fucking laughs.
And
Just
then
a
before you know
ripple.
it, they're finally like loosening up and laughing at everything you're
And
saying.
that's them in there.
Boyle
Yeah.
is great. Fred is great when you do gigs with Boyle, Roland Boyle, because he just laughs all the time.
Ah, yeah.
And he's really loud.
He's that big laugh. What about you, Sean, when you were touring England with your band?
I think I always remember one thing. We played Download Festival in 2005, and we played it on the Friday and the Sunday, and the Friday was amazing. Like, we just landed, so we were like fresh as fuck, and we played this like skater bowl, and the energy was amazing. We were in top form, and then we had the rest of the day to drink.
Nice.
So we were playing again this Sunday morning, which couldn't have been a worse time. And I lost my voice. Now, I was only backing vocals, but I also did a lot of the screaming, because we had screaming in the band. We were like sort of pop punk, emo, screamo, just something like that.
Emo, screamo.
Well, I think that's what people labeled us, but I disagree. But I did quite a lot of the screaming, and I just couldn't scream, and it just came out like roars. Like I was just going, "Ah!" And I was like, I just knew it. Like
It's just a hangover coming out of you.
and it was being like professionally recorded and on video and everything, and I was just like, oh my god, like. So that's probably like you know, I could feel the embarrassment. And then probably the other one is several years later, actually not that long ago, Brendan. Remember, I think the two yous were there, Bennigan's. So the night before I went to Slipknot, and I got, again, very drunk, rocking the fuck out to Slipknot. And then we came up and did a gig in Bennigan's, and this is when I was doing singer-songwriter stuff.
That's right.
And the first thing that went wrong, obviously, was a really bad hangover. And the second thing is that my guitar malfunctioned. So I had to use the house guitar
That's
that
right.
Bennigan's had, and it was the shittest thing ever.
Did you nip a string or something?
No, it just wouldn't work. My electrics wouldn't
Right.
work.
That sounds like a euphemism.
That too. That was number 3. And I don't know what it was like. You were there. It was. You
I thought it
probably
was
thought it was
fucking
okay.
brilliant.
But
That when
that
you
was
were-
like
you
me
were
off my game. Like,
Paul Bowman.
yeah.
Oh,
And,
see, the audience didn't notice it was a
No,
bad gig
definitely
anyway.
not.
the
No.
guitar was just out of tune, and I just couldn't get it right. And
It's
it
shite
just-
not playing your own guitar when you've been playing on it. You know, you get used
Yeah.
to like the feel and the weight and everything of it. And
I
then you
would
get
say-
handed somebody else's, and you're like, "What the fuck's this?" here?"
Like
And
cocks.
I actually haven't. And I haven't.
You know the way to your own.
And you handed somebody else's, you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
You'll notice it's not yours.
But I haven't performed since.
Was that your last time performing?
And when,
Oh,
when
you
was
get back
that?
out there,
Oh,
Sean.
you
was
must
that?
change. You
That
must change
was
It's about 7 years ago or something.
Must be, yeah.
approaching 10 years ago anyway. I would
Wow.
say.
10 years.
No, well,
I
maybe
would say
not.
it was
but
around 2016, I'm guessing.
more than 5, less than 10. Let's put it that way and leave it at that.
Too long, Sean.
I'll be
on.
back.
Get out
next,
there.
next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You're focusing on art at the moment.
Yeah, art, and then hope they delve back into the music next year.
Happy days.
Yep, writing
good
an album. So
Nice.
Right.
But good to see you back, Sean.
it shall.
Good for the parish.
But no
Good.
more tours, nothing like that. Like
I'll
just
get you a wee gig down Donamana in the Village Inn.
a Mullingar.
Gar as well.
I'll be the tour, Mullingar and
You
Donamana.
and the big hairy boy with a mug.
All my songs are Republican too.
Wonder is Mullingar the Donamana of Republic of Ireland?
You should be the first Republican/emo musician.
I'm going to say it.
Could be.
I'm going to say it probably kind of is. It's Joe Dolan country. That's all I know about it.
Oh, aye.
The country music
Joe
just
Dolan country.
Joe Dolan country. Some boy, Joe.
Oh,
Aye.
I'll take your word for it.
some man from home, man.
Where were we at, boys? And were we going to movies and music
We
of
shall.
that year?
Go ahead.
Indeed.
Who's up first?
Ah,
Do you want me to do it first?
go ahead, Sean.
Because I'm going to try and rattle through these. Because it was.
So we've got the movies of 2012. See if there's anything that rings a bell, Eamon.
I watch no movies.
No, I'm not a one big movie.
So I'm going to get none of these. I'll be like, what?
I'll get all the fucking filth out of the way first. All the franchise stuff.
Go.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
With Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed
First
them.
one.
I quite enjoyed them.
And quite. I love how the director's called Mark Webb.
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's how you got his big break. I
The
think.
first Hunger Games.
Never actually seen them.
Oh, they're great.
No.
Great shows. The Hobbit. The first Hobbit movie, Unexpected Journey.
See, I loved The Lord of the Rings and I
Yeah.
loved them 3 movies, but I just never got into the prequels.
The Hobbit. No, Hobbit was pretty good
it
too.
was-
They're
they
all
were
just
okay.
fucking incredibly long. Hey.
Theatrically, they were great, but watch them at home. They're just like there was no effort. I don't know.
So it's one for the big screen, really.
Yeah. The Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble.
I don't think they sounded like the way I done it.
I'll keep going. The Bourne Legacy.
Love the Bourne movies. Which was that again?
So
Was
this
that
is the
second?
first. This is the 4th movie. So this was Jeremy Renner taking over the role
first without Matt
That's
Damon.
right, yeah. Yeah.
from Expendables 2,
Expendables. That's right.
Men in Black 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, good show. The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Who was that? Who was the...
So that was
Tom Hardy as Bane, and that's what it was.
it ended Chris Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
that was the end of it.
Yeah. American Reunion and Skyfall, James Bond,
Skyfall.
which I think was probably one of the best. Was probably the best Daniel Craig Bond movie. Brilliant.
We've discussed Bond movies before.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
don't
a
like
fan.
None of us are particularly big fans, I don't
No.
think, really, but sure, hey.
A couple of animated features. We had Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh,
Man, I
that
love
was
Wreck-It
great.
Ralph.
Fun.
I think I've watched that about 100 times.
That's the first movie I've seen on this list.
Was it? Me and you have the same.
Do you know what? It's the first movie I haven't.
Is it?
You
No
know, see it?
way.
Oh, it's
seen it.
brilliant, it is.
I loved Wreck-It
John
Ralph.
C. Reilly, I think, isn't it?
Oh,
Is the
amazing.
voice.
We had Brave.
That was it, yeah.
Brave's brilliant.
The wee,
Brave
Scot-
is
the wee
absolutely
Scottish girl.
Yeah.
That was good for it.
Because I'm always waiting for, they should
Get
do
him.
Irish
Get him.
mythology. They could do Finn McCuller son. Pixar should
Good.
do one of those stories.
I wonder that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
Let's do it, boys.
Pitch it
Uh,
to DreamWorks.
And we had probably my favourite of the three, Paranorman.
Oh, it was class too.
What
I
was
love
that?
that? Paranorman. That was lethal.
So it was like a stop motion animated
Wee boy could see ghosts or dead people, didn't they?
feature. Have you ever seen Coraline or The Nightmare Before Christmas?
I've seen the night before Christmas.
So they're stop motion animated films.
Okay.
So it was a stop motion animated feature, Paranorman. Really good.
That was class.
So we had good vibrations.
Love that movie.
Brilliant.
Was that the one set in Belfast about the
Terry Hilly?
Yeah.
We had
I thought that was a Jamaican. When you said Cool Vibrations, I thought that's a Jamaican bobsleigh one, but it's not.
Cool Runnings. That's a cracker too, yeah.
Miller, brilliant.
That's my movie knowledge.
That's a cracker.
Fucking brilliant. We had Moonrise Kingdom.
No.
Wes Anderson.
Never seen that.
Don't know that.
Oh, maybe I have. Is it like set in like a wee island?
No, it's about two kids, like kind of Boy Scouts, kind of brownies.
I'm pretty
kind
sure
of
I've seen it.
Something like that.
When you say Wes Anderson, I was all, aye.
And a boy and girl run away with each other.
Aye.
Something like
I
that.
think I have seen it, aye.
We had big one for us, Brandy. Ken Loach, The Angel's Share,
Oh, what a film, hey. Great wee film.
Stealing Whiskey.
Don't know that one now.
It's a fucking cracker. It's just
Love Ken Loach
it's
movies,
just
the ones
like
I've seen.
this wee kind of wee Scottish hood. He gets arrested and he has to do community service, so it's like cleaning up streets and all. But the boy running has community service. Is like a big on his whiskey, and he kind of takes him under his wing and starts showing him the ways of whiskey and all. And then they find out that your wee man takes an interest in whiskey too, tasting and all this here. And then they find out that there's like in the Scottish Highlands near their town, there's like this big cache of this recently discovered whiskey from like 50 years ago that's going for like 1.6 million a bottle. So they devise a wee plan. They like steal it, and the whole title from The Angel's Share is basically when they keep whiskey in these bottles for so many years, you lose about 5% of it due to like evaporation, and they call that The Angel's Share. So their plan was they would steal so little that it wouldn't even be noticed, and they would call it The Angel's Share.
Nice.
Because it's sorry, I pure
No,
jumped on
that's,
top of you.
I couldn't explain that better. Brandy,
I
here,
love
do the
it.
movies.
I love that film. Brilliant film. Watch
That's
it.
brilliant.
I'm typing it into the computer now because
very good.
anything that I've seen
sounds
Ken
alright,
Loach.
Aye.
Very good. Very good.
Brilliant. He also did like Sweet 16. Daniel
amazing.
Black, the one that shakes
One
the
that
barley.
shakes the barley. What a director, hey?
We had a couple of Matthew McConaughey flicks. We had Magic Mike.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Was that the stripper one?
Yes.
Aye.
Right. No,
You've
never
watched
seen
it.
No.
You dirt.
I just go, I see it live. I went to the Devonish.
We had Mud.
Mud, that was a very good show.
We had The Paperboy.
Never seen that either.
I just mentioned that because Big JC's in it. John Cusack, yo.
You're me, man.
Wee boy delivering papers just for an hour and a half.
We had the amazing
Belfast Telegraph.
Django Unchained.
Love Django
brilliant
Unchained.
film too. Christoph Waltz.
Fucking
Amazing
brilliant
movie.
cast.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Jamie Foxx, Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah.
Kerry Washington. We had Flight. We Denzel.
Denzel, a very good show too.
Never seen that.
It's very good.
It's fucking brilliant.
Fond of the big Denzel fella too.
He's very good now.
We had Lincoln with Daniel Day-Lewis.
That was a good show.
Never
Like
seen
that. Yeah.
We had Prometheus.
See, a prequel to Alien, wasn't it?
Yeah, more or less. Aye.
Okay.
We had Seven Psychopaths.
Brilliant film.
Love that movie
Yes.
too. Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep, very good. Martin Madonna.
Yeah.
So, also did In Bruges, The Guard.
Yep.
I'll just name another couple because there's too many and some of them are shit. We had Pitch Perfect.
Good crack.
Everybody loves that,
Yep.
apparently. The Silver Linings Playbook.
Another brilliant film. That's a good year for films there.
That's
It was a
fucking
very
great.
good show.
There you go.
Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper and De Niro, all the boys.
And then, this one I wanted to mention, Brandy. Have you ever heard of this? Searching for Sugar Man?
I have indeed.
Brilliant. Have you
seen it?
Rodriguez. I have.
Brilliant.
There's
you seen
one.
That's like a documentary kind of thing,
Aye.
more than a movie. Absolutely one of the just
Crazy,
best
isn't it?
things.
Crazy story.
Amazing.
It's one of these things. Somebody recommended it to me about 10 years ago, and I'm still like going, I haven't seen it.
Have you not
I
seen
need
it?
to get the. I really want to.
Oh, it's an absolute joy.
That's
of it.
class. That's crazy film.
And like when you listen to his lyrics and it's very comparable to like the guys who were really selling out stadiums at that time, Bob Dylan and stuff.
exactly.
Like lyrically, like some
on
of it
par.
It reads like poetry. Some of it.
He just went
It's
completely
really, really
undiscovered,
good.
and then
Really,
all of a
really
sudden
good. Really
started
good.
to get really big in South Africa.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
these
South
people
Africa, yeah.
had heard all these stories about he died horrifically in the middle of this mountain or something, and then they went and they like started to research about we need to find this guy and what happened to him, and then they find out that he's very much alive, and like they get him out and do a big mental gig out in that's him there now.
That's a Raven's phone going there. I'm liking your
We've got copyright.
ringtone there, Eamon.
Copyright infringement.
Is that roll ball?
Rolling ball.
Of course. He done that madness too. He did. He's like, he's going to be in the middle of a podcast and he's going to have his phone switched on. I'm going to ring her.
How long he's doing and what time he's starting at?
Where he's going this time?
Oh man.
He's got another gig for you in Donamanna.
Down the burn. Down in County Galway.
Shall we get on with will we do some music?
Music, yep.
Let's see what was happening in music.
Music was alright.
I like about when you do the music things. It brings me back to where I was. I can pinpoint where I am at that time when I hear a song.
So we'll do the top 5 songs in reverse order first. Get the boring part out of the way. Number 5 was "Lights" by Ellie Goulding. Don't know.
No idea.
Probably know what they hear. Number 4,
Lights.
"Payphone" by Maroon 5 and Wiz Khalifa. Again, haven't a clue.
No idea.
Number 3, "We Are Young" by Fun featuring Janelle Monáe.
Good wee tune.
She's
Don't
brilliant.
think I know what it is. What one's that? How's it go?
Or they're brilliant.
Young. Is that one right? I thought it maybe.
Set tonight on fire.
Yeah, make 'em burn brighter. Anyway, number 2, "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, aye.
Sure we all know that one. "Call Me Maybe." Number 1 was an absolute banger, to be fair.
Nobody will be calling you yet. What they got?
See, if I close my eyes, it's like she's in the room.
Her. Exactly. And number 1, somebody that I used to know.
Yeah.
Gutchy, or whatever you call him.
Go
Cracker
to.
Beaching, and then just fly through a whack albums right that year. "Lonerism" by Tame Impala. "Oceana" Smashing Pumpkins.
Sweet.
"Not Your Kind of People" by Garbage.
Yes.
"Bravest Man in the World" by Bobby Womack. Surprised to hear he was still making albums. Great wee album. "Shields" by Grizzly Bear. "Boys and Girls" by Alabama Shakes. "Life is Good" by Nas. "Old Ideas" Leonard Cohen. "Rebirth" by Jimmy Cliff. I couldn't believe Jimmy Cliff was still making fucking
Jimmy Cliff still in 2012.
what was his big one back in the day? "I can see clearly now the rain is gone" tune.
You'd need to be in top 8 Cliff.
Hey, big Jimmy. Neil Young, again, album out every year. "Psychedelic Pill."
Neil Young comes up in every one.
And there's another one down here as well. Bob Dylan with "Tempest."
And Dylan comes up in every one.
"Here" by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros is a good wee album, and one of my favourite albums from the last lot of year in this list anyway, "Blunderbuss" by Jack White, cracker wee album, and then "Wrecking Ball" by Bruce Springsteen, not to be confused with Miley Cyrus's "Wrecking Ball."
Oh yeah.
Is that Green Day as well?
You know, yeah, did I not say it?
I don't know.
I think I did, but I also might not have, so apologies. But that's it. That's music for 2012. Again, there's far more, but who has time? They actually did the wrong research. We researched for a different year. My research was a wee bit more extensive for that year, but I'm glad we
It was my
changed.
fault.
Because that was a shit. No, it wasn't. I knew in time. I just forgot.
You have it done now for that week.
I do. And it was shite anyway, so happy days.
Because I had messaged Eamon what year, and he had said 2016 first, and then come back with, I had messaged the lads, and then come back with, no, actually 2012, and then Brendan had seen it, and then
I know they say like I'm 1 ear and out the hour, but I didn't actually hear it, so it was like I'm that one eye and out the hour basically. I was just like, happy days, no bar. And I'm not sure if I ever even enveloped the information or if I just went, happy days. But
It was his fault.
My fault.
It's okay.
No, it's your fault.
okay.
Eamon.
Fucking a skinny kid.
Hi.
Do you not know the guest etiquette? No.
blame the guest.
The etiquette.
The etiquette.
Etiquette.
We had TV shows at that time that was out called The Midwife, Sherlock, Line of Duty,
Sherlock was class, so was Line of Duty.
The Voice.
The singing show?
The singing show, yeah. The last Royal Family aired.
Oh, really?
The show, The Royal
Queen,
Family.
was it the Queen of Sheba? Was that the episode?
No,
that
that's
wasn't the
one
last.
of,
No, it wasn't the last.
that was one of the first specials. It was like the Golden Egg. I think it was called
the one
Golden Egg.
they're in a caravan. You see the one they're in a caravan. Anyway, it got wild ridiculous.
I think
And
that's
then
the
new ones,
Golden Egg.
but they still. Do you know? I actually heard them on an interview before, and about the Queen of Sheba was the one where Nana dies, and it was like really, really fucking
So
emotional.
sad.
So sad. And they think Craig Cash and Carolina Herman interviewed about it, and they said the reason it went so silly after that episode is because they couldn't go back to that.
Aye.
That was the way to leave it. So they decided to take it, just make it pure stupid. But it was like, so you had that nostalgia and you had the jokes, but they weren't trying to make it like this heartfelt series anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because they were like,
yeah.
they leave it at that. So
That's
that way,
interesting to hear that, because I often wondered how it went
so it
in
went
a
so,
different
they decided
direction.
to just go pure silly with it.
Yeah,
for a
it's
crack.
their call.
They
But,
own it, but I not what I would have done. I think sometimes it's better remembered. Do you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
like Blackadder, that end scene in Blackadder.
Would they go over the top?
Like that, there.
Just leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Or Faulty Towers. There's a reason for its greatness. It was only 2 or 3 series.
Exactly.
2 or 3 series.
I get that.
I think they're doing some with Blackadder,
They are.
but it's not Rowan Atkinson.
All
it's
right.
Tony Robinson.
Yep.
Right?
He's
Is that
coming back.
you
but-
thinking a time team?
No, honestly.
Fucking might be.
No,
after
they
all.
are, but if Tony Robinson should do anything, he should do Maid Marian and the Merry Men again.
He should.
That was
right.
fucking brilliant.
Right now.
That was great.
Yeah. Another one that should have stopped when Only Fools and Horses, whenever they got the money with the
I remember
watch.
you chatting about this.
And they walked off into the sunset.
Perfect.
Perfect ending. And then they decided to come back and just make a whole fucking balls of it.
Yeah, but sure. It's money. Money talks. Isn't
But
it?
hey, that's what happens. That was a year also the Jedward was representing Ireland at the Eurovision.
God.
That was a big day for the parish.
Hey, Jedward are great.
Are they?
Good lads.
Hey, I'd say the bigger crack, like, to be honest with you.
They're quite political.
Yeah.
Do you ever see them on Twitter and stuff? They're always kind of like rallying for the good guys and then
Right.
Good.
calling stuff out.
Fair play then.
Fair play to them was right there.
Yeah.
I used to gel my fringe up really high and I was Kedward. But it was just me making up songs. Being political.
Netflix was launched in the UK in 2012.
And life as we knew it was
big
over.
game changer there now.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Don't see anybody anymore.
No, that's what happens. We had chatted about
Netflix is fun.
Netflix is fucking does my head in, and I'm sure everybody in the world has this, that trying to find something to watch.
You spend an hour
It's
looking
the same
for.
shit you see every time. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, and you end up watching like 3-minute clips.
And
then you've
just
like, oh, I've already
stick
seen it
on
now.
whatever you've been watching the entire
The
time.
Office,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
Or you just settle for someone on the Nazis again.
Yeah.
what new can I learn about Auschwitz?
There's good stuff on Netflix if you dig, and I mean it.
Nah.
I remember finding all this. I think it was Polish film noir from the 30s and 40s, and it was fucking brilliant.
Jesus.
And then I had done it all, and there was about 6 or 7 films, and then that was it.
Completed it, mate.
But if you dig deep, you get some good ones.
It's a bit like the dark web.
The dark arts.
The dark Netflix. So on that, boys, I think we'll finish up. Eamon's got a gig to be going to.
Fuck, I so you do.
Yeah, and of course we have Brendan O'Connor in the studio tonight looking after our
Big beat.
camera work, who's also going over to Bennigan's, friend. Yeah, happy
Give me a
days.
leftover, Artie.
I'll drop you over, of course.
Fiver.
So, boys, that was brilliant. That just flew in as always.
Those-
Yeah, it was lovely.
Hands up for the guest.
Eamon, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was class until the two lads as well, Brendan and Sean.
Absolutely.
It has been an absolute honour. It's been great to be back and getting at it. So this has been Mind the Time podcast. If everybody can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all those things. Like and share, because the likes and shares make such a big difference. So just get it out to more people and beat the algorithms. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. That was brilliant. Really enjoyed that. And have a great gig tonight, Eamon.
I will.
Yep.
I will.
Enjoy.
Absolutely.
Hey, well,
Of course you will. That has been Mind the Time podcast. My name is Fintan Harvey. Good night and goodbye.
see you all after, hey?
Bye bye.
Bye.
Arwa.